find a way to get the products they want. And in our case, while we are definitely in a recessionary environment, in a very difficult health situation, and most of us closed in our homes with stores closed around the world, the consumer found a way to buy our products online more than usual, found a way to buy our products in anything that was.
Yeah, sorry, the stream.
And so we could,
stream's a little unstable.
In the best possible way.
I think we got a lot of
right now, you're a great teacher, sir. And
network usage going on in my apartment right now.
What drives people to have makeup and skincare when they're not going anywhere?
I'm gonna
because clearly there's more.
Take it down at the end of this episode anyway, and I'll be back a little later. But
yeah,
still got the lightning round coming up.
Consumers around the world are buying more skincare. Skincare is thriving as a category, and as you can understand, people are more think about their wellness. They want to pamper themselves. They also need some pleasant moments for themselves. Skincare fits that very well. On top of benefits to keep your skin moisturized, hydrated, and many other good things that the skincare product can perform, even when people are locked in their home.
Well, this is
at the same time.
Go ahead, sir.
At the same time, you just need to imagine that we are all working with different technologies like Zoom or Skype, etc., and many people want to look okay in these video interactions. So there is still a very important use of Skype also for that situation.
Oh, that's brilliant. I hadn't even thought about it. When I do my boozy brunch with my kids, they dress up. Now, let me ask you about China. There was a moment, obviously, China's ahead of us in this illness, and there was a part of this quarter where China basically reopened. How did China do once it reopened?
Very well. Very well. I have to say the Chinese consumer has a big sense of positiveness. They need some positive feeling, so they've gone soon back into consumption in a very strong way. Also in China, like in any other part of the world where we see the recovery starts from online. So the way the consumer access the product is first online. In that case, Tmall, Alibaba are doing really, really well. And then the brick and mortar keeps growing as soon the consumer feels safer. It feels that the level of retail is there and feels that it also have the reason for going back to the stores. They do go back to the stores, and we have seen this also in China. So in China, the recovery has been pretty fast. And the last thing I want you to know is that, during the recovery phase, people go back to more regular consumption, but also people stock back in their homes. In the homes of people, there are 12 brands of beauty, or in the case of Asia, even more, 14, 15, that are down. People got less brands. So now they are restocking. If you add to this also the restocking of retailers, is the combination of positive factors make the recovery faster than what people would do.
Okay. How historically has your business done in a recession? We usually think about the lipstick, that people buy lipstick even in a recession. Is it true, or is it a wives' tale?
No, it's true. The concept of the basically lipsticks are an affordable luxury that even in tough moments people want to do. When you need to renounce to many things, in the case of the current experience, also we are all locked down in our homes for a period, and so you want to indulge with simple, affordable things. So luxury cosmetics, luxury beauty is part of these simple, affordable things that people want to indulge that, even to keep going with their mental peace of mind and with their positive attitude. So we see that. We are historically during recession, our business being pretty resilient. Obviously, during the middle of the recession, there is the growth goes down. There is, in some cases, even a down a little, people going down in consumption. But immediately as the recovery starts, the luxury sector is going faster in beauty than before. And so the recovery is the most important piece.
And you have some new products that have had some rather great success, and also have your hero lines that are seem to shine even during tougher times.
Yeah, what we call hero lines means our products which have the best loyalty and the higher repurchase rate. This product does very, very well in this period because, as you can imagine, when people are in a situation with less comfort, they want to have the product they love with them. That's their priority. And even when people go back to a more normalized life, the first thing they want to normalize is their habits. And so they start from the regular product, the product they're loyal, and then they go into new discoveries. So we are seeing in this moment that one of our strengths, which is having a lot of products which are really performing super high quality with a lot of people loyalty, those products come back faster, and we are enjoying that.
Now, you're I very much a person committed to a lot of different good things, good causes. I understand that you've used the considerable power of Estee Lauder to be able to do some things to help the frontline people who are so in need of different sanitizing and personal equipment to be able to do okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We have done many things. First of all, we took care of our employees. We have created an internal medical advisor group to take care of our employees globally, everywhere, in every country, and to take them through this crisis, both in terms of supporting them in case of problems and supporting the way to work and to make sure that our way of working is reflecting the environment in which we are living. And then we are making donations to support all the people which are acting against this virus and supporting all the actions in every aspect of it. But what you're referring to is also very important. We found a way to produce hand sanitizers. And now we are producing hand sanitizers in Melbourne, New York. We are producing in Belgium and in the UK. And we are producing 1 million hand sanitizers that we are devoting to the doctors, to the hospitals, to the people which are in need, and to our employees to help them protect themselves during the crisis.
Well, you're
on top of.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Last thing I want to say that we have just this week launched also a new idea, which is a fund to protect our employees globally that have been affected by the virus themselves or in their families or in their jobs. And we have started with $10 million. And we have asked everyone to contribute, the company, the Lauder family, every employee, management. We are all contributing to create an internal fund to support the employees affected around the world. That just started.
Well, it's a great family company, and you're a terrific steward of it. Fabrizio Freda, President and CEO of Estee Lauder. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Pleasure to be with you.
To all those on the front lines, caring for our sick, stocking our shelves, bringing us packages, delivering our food, those who are there when we need them, and the millions of Americans doing their part just by staying home, our communities are beyond grateful. At Citi, we are too. Even if we're apart, we'll get through this together.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey, so Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. So when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, or worse, heart or blood vessel fibrosis. Life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use caution driving or operating machine. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Talk to your doctor about Chantix. What did Verizon build their network for? People. And when people are depending on it to make an average of over 600 million calls and send nearly 8 billion texts every day, you do whatever it takes.
There's TV, and then there's X1, featuring the Emmy Award-winning voice remote. All the apps you love, including Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and Hulu, and the most 4K content. The best entertainment experience all in one place.
On a hideous day for the averages, let's focus on one of the rare winners, Seattle Genetics, with a stock that's up nearly 30% for this year, including a 6% gain today. Here's a biotech company with a platform that uses antibodies to seek out and destroy cancer cells without causing a ton of collateral damage to the rest of your body, which so many of these drugs do. Their first product, Adcetris, is a lymphoma treatment that was up 22% in sales in the latest quarter. But the big thing here is their two new therapies, Padcev for bladder cancer and Tukysa, which is part of a cocktail for certain types of breast cancer. We know cocktail from what Dr. Fauci's been talking about to go against COVID. Now, Seattle Genetics reported yesterday morning and didn't get much fanfare, but the stock roared today because on further review, Padcev is blowing up. I mean, this drug was expected to do $8 million in sales. It just did closer to $35 million. That's very encouraging. This is exactly the kind of stock that works during a recession. It's been an amazing stock for a long time now. So let's take a closer look with Dr. Clay Siegall. He is the president, chairman, CEO of Seattle Genetics. But more about the quarter and the company's prospects. Dr. Siegall, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. Very happy to be on your show.
So, Dr. Siegall, how is it possible that a drug that people, I saw some estimates might be 7 million, some be 8 million, did 35 million? And what does that bode for what this drug could do?
Well, Padcev is a drug for metastatic bladder cancer. It got approved right at the end of last year, so this is really the first full quarter of sales. And we'll move from here and continue selling it, but providing it to patients really in need with metastatic bladder cancer, which is a really bad prognosis. And the drug we have here is very active, and doctors are embracing it, and it's helping patients.
Well, there really is. I never thought there was anything for bladder cancer. It's just this drug, right?
There's some therapies that have been used for years, and there are different chemotherapies and some immune therapies, but it's a really bad disease.
Right.
And once it's metastatic, most patients succumb to the disease within 5 years, Jim. It's a very short time horizon for patients, and we really like our drug Padcev. It's really helping patients.
So is the word out worldwide? I mean, it seems like that's pretty early. If people thought it was 8 million to 35, it must have spread like wildfire throughout the medical community. This is the drug to use.
Well, we're just approved in the United States right now. We were approved about 3 months ahead of the action date that the FDA set for us. They worked very closely with us with breakthrough designation. But we're trying to finish up a study that we'll use to submit around the globe. It's a really big global study. We also have studies in frontline and newly diagnosed. Our first approval is in patients with relapse disease who've gotten the old therapies. But this drug is very active, and we're using it in a regimen in first diagnosis, where we've already come up with some data that was, quite frankly, spectacular. But that was in a small data set. Now we have to go and prove it in bigger data sets. So we have 2 trials running. One is a little smaller, one is bigger. One is focused on the United States, one's global, to try to get it to frontline approval and get it out there to change the life history of patients with bladder cancer.
And so is there any expectation for, is it maintenance? Can someone live for a long time, do you think, with bladder cancer?
Well, we haven't yet gotten full data set on overall survival, so I don't want to speak before we have our data. But it is an exciting prospect, and it's something we will be certainly looking for. And with the very high response rate that we have, when we looked at the first-line patients, we have in a regimen with a drug called Keytruda plus Padcev, we had a 73% objective response rate, which is way above what anything's ever been seen in this. And after a year, we did not hit our median time for even progression. So it looks like if the data are followed and done in a bigger trial, perhaps we'll have the kind of data you're looking for. But I don't want to speak until we have the data. We're very excited about this drug.
And is Merck a good partner in Keytruda?
You know, Merck is a good partner. This drug is partnered on a global basis with Astellas.
Right.
And you know, we're heading up more of the Americas, and they're heading up the rest of the world. But we work very closely with Astellas. Merck is contributing to the trial that's using Keytruda with Padcev. And we're really excited to have all three companies participating in this global trial.
Now, how about the Tukysa? That was just now. It's too early, I know, but what is your feeling for that drug?
Well, Tukysa is just a great drug. That was approved 4 months ahead of the FDA action date, and approved in really good
Irrelevant. That happens all the time.
Prescription, and it really can help a lot of patients. Now, with Tukysa, we do have survival data, and we have data in patients that have brain metastasis. Now, in breast cancer, and we're focused on HER2-positive breast cancer, about half the patients can develop brain metastasis as their disease progresses. And often you can die from the brain metastasis, not the original diagnosis of the tumor in the breast region. And so it is really important to treat patients in this regard. And our data with overall survival was just stunning. And FDA, we worked with them and got this approved. We've already submitted to the European Medicines Agency. And through something called Project Orbis, we're nearing gaining approval in territories such as Switzerland and Singapore and Australia and Canada. So Tukysa is going to become a global drug really soon and help a lot of patients with brain, breast cancer and those with brain metastasis.
This is remarkable. I mean, to have not just one, but two within such a short period of time. Congratulations to you. This is just an incredible thing at Seattle Genetics.
Well, it's been four months since our last approval, and I brought my team together and I said, so in 4 months, are we going to have another drug? And I got a lot of quiet faces, and then I started to laugh. I was we can't make a drug every 4 months, but I tested my team. I'm fortunate that we have a great team. And Jim, we are a company that focuses on science first.
Right.
We believe in our science. We have a great passion for treating cancer patients, and we work really hard.
Well, look, congratulations. These are incredible numbers. And for the patients, it's just such great news. Clay Siegall, he's the president, chairman, CEO of Seattle Genetics. Look, I got to tell you guys, this is a much better story than I had thought of even a year ago. It's actually quite remarkable. Man, money's back in for the break.
Today, we're adapting to staying home and finding new ways to take care of ourselves. But you can still screen for colon cancer, because when caught in early stages, it's more treatable. So don't wait. Cologuard is colon cancer screening done at home. You can request it from home too. Ask your prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or learn more about online prescribers at requestcologuard.com. It's for people 45 plus at average risk for colon cancer, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask about Cologuard today.
I've been using this glove since I was a kid.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, it's a perfect fit. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Pick our wireless Consumer Cellular. They have exactly what we need at a really great price.
Consumer Cellular offers talk, text, and data for as low as $20 a month, and they've been an approved AARP provider for over 10 years, so members get exclusive discounts.
Consumer Cellular fits us.
Excuse me.
Make the switch to Consumer Cellular. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
Honey,
We ordered twins for each of the kids, a dog bed for Ziggy, and a king.
the king has arrived. Ever seen your dad cry?
Setup was super easy.
Yeah.
We got 100 nights to try it. I'll be 10 by then, so I'm out of my own place.
Really? Sweet. I think the kids like it.
Yeah, I think they like it a lot.
Looking for the best cashback cards? Introducing CNBC Select, the authority of all things credit cards. We do the research, you reap the rewards. Head on over to cnbc.com/select and take control of your money.
It is time. It's time to light round and then the lightning round is over. Are you ready? Skate down. Coming to the lightning round. Fred in Wyoming. Fred.
Yes.
The lightning round.
Jackson Hole, good morning. How you living?
Well, you got the edge on me. I'm doing okay. How about you?
Oh man, living the dream, my friend, living the dream.
All right, that's
Hey, it seemed like the wheels were coming off the train last fall. You know, I love their burgers, I love their shakes, but
Shack.
Shake Shack. You know,
well, they're for next week. I was none too happy they submitted for that PPP.
Earnings are coming up. I would sell. Wait for after earnings.
Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Let's go to Eric in New York. Eric.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Chill, how you doing?
Oh, the chill man's good. How about you?
Doing good. So I got a question. I'm 24 years old. I have 422 shares of Virgin Galactic in a Roth IRA. Should I hold? Should I sell?
Now, you got the right time frame, believe me. I mean, this is the ultimate spec on what could go right in the future involving space travel. And why not? Why not own something? To me, it's overvalued. I think the time frame may take as long as you mentioned. But if you want to, you believe in space travel, you believe in this guy, then you should own it. Let's go to Bill in Georgia. Bill.
Yes, Jim. How are you?
I am good, Bill. How about you?
Fine, thank you. My question is, what do you think about the Blackstone Group?
You know, this one, Stephanie Link, who is my great friend, recommended in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, and then it went all the way up to 60. It's come back down to 50. I want it lower. I think it can go lower. Let's go to Isaac in Maryland. Isaac.
Jim, booyah from Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jim, I want to give you a thought on the bigger symbol CIM, especially since the book value per share is way above the.
I don't trust the book. I don't trust the book value. I don't trust the stock. I don't want you to own it. Okay? I know it's down a lot. I don't want you to own it. Let's go to Spencer, please, in Washington. Spencer.
Yeah, hi, Jim. I think, happy Friday.
So, I know. Wow. Happy Friday to you.
Yeah, I'm interested in your views on coal-fired.
Yeah, I like the salvage vehicle business. We recommended this stock many, many years ago. I think it's still good to go. How about Jacob in Michigan? Jacob.
Hey, what's going on, Jim?
Not much. How about you?
Oh, it's on Jimbo. I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Well, I'm glad it's Friday. How about that?
Yeah, buddy. I got a question. Alvarado Resort. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, look, it's just the pandemic is the pandemic is just a game changer for certain companies that just had very big moves up on short squeezes today. I mean, this week. It should not have moved up. I don't want to own that stock. How about Scott in Florida? Scott.
Hey, what do you think, Jim? I'm really getting excited about the floors and decor stuff.
Well, I'd rather see you in Fortune Brands then. FHBS, which is home and security, and I think has a more stable situation. Let's go to Chris in Georgia. Chris.
Hey, happy Friday, Jim.
How are you, man?
Guys get a lot of calls in here.
With everybody working remotely from home and a lot of people just not working, period.
Well, I'm worried about Twilio. They report next week. I'm worried because they had 1 million small businesses, which were the greatest clients. But now small business is on a life support. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion
The
of
lightning
the
round.
lightning round.
At Metro,
Best 5 minutes of every weeknight. The lightning round.
switch and get our lowest price on unlimited, just $25. 4 lines of unlimited from Metro, $25 each. Visit Metro for details.
Some companies still have HR stuck between employees and their data, entering data, changing data, more and more sensitive personal data. And it doesn't just drag HR down, it drags the entire business down with inefficiency, errors, and waste. It's ridiculous. With Paycom, employees enter and manage their own data in a single, easy-to-use software. Visit paycom.com and schedule your demo today.
Because I'm on insulin, I need to be prepared for a low blood sugar emergency. And so do my family, friends, and coworkers. You know, my network. That's why I carry Baqsimi. It's different from other low blood sugar emergency treatments because it's given as a pump in the nose. It can be used even if I'm unconscious because it does not need to be inhaled. To give Baqsimi, they put it in my nose and push firmly on the plunger until the green line disappears. It's simple to use and simple to explain, so I know my network is ready if I need them. Here, and here, and here.
Baqsimi treats very low blood sugar. Do not use if you are allergic to Baqsimi, or if you have a tumor in your adrenal gland, as it can cause high blood pressure, or in your pancreas, as it can cause low blood sugar. Get medical help right away if you have a serious allergic reaction. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, headache, discomfort in your nose, eyes, or throat.
When Baqsimi goes with me, that means my network does too.
Which stock,
Your doctor,
Jarno?
Baqsimi is right for you. Baqsimi, how strong is your network?
Oh, Tesla?
I can actually share my screen and show the x-rays. We really moved some mountains in our network, and Teams has been a huge part of that.
This is going to be a game changer for medicine.
Jarno, if you mean Tesla, I mean, who knows? Elon. It's a tough stock. We got to see what happens this week. Is that what you're saying? Tesla?
Talk about the AAAs. No, not batteries in the American Automobile Association. I mean Amazon, AMD, and Apple. All three of these stocks have been hammered since they reported. That's confusing a lot of people. So I want to help you understand. First, Amazon, the A in FANG, reported blowout sales, but disappointing earnings. At first glance, it seemed like
Because they spent a lot of money.
That's not
And
it. Here's the thing: the weak earnings are kind of by design. Amazon could have racked
They
up
put
$4
money into
billion
the
in profit
company.
this quarter, but CEO Jeff Bezos said he decided to spend that money handling the pandemic. He wants to keep his workers safe and keep the platform reliable for everyone. As he explained, if you're a shareholder in Amazon, you may want to take a seat because we're not thinking small. End quote. Now, I think we've got to take it seriously. We had periods where Amazon was in investment mode and simply had to hang on until it was over. Once they finished spending, the company was able to pull out all the stops and make fortunes for shareholders. This time is different. Bezos isn't spending the money to make money. He's spending to deal with the pandemic. Maybe more workers get sick. Maybe you'll have to wait longer to get your packages, but Amazon will be more profitable. He's not doing that, though, which is why he sounded so circumspect in his commentary. The revenues tell you that demand is off the charts, but there's one area that I was a bit disappointed with. It's Amazon Web Services, which only grew by 33%. Now, at a time when so many people are being forced to work remotely, I thought rapidly expanding cloud infrastructure business could do better than that. So did David Faber this morning when we were going back and forth. Are they losing share to Microsoft's Azure? Maybe the Google Cloud run by that terrific new guy, Thomas Kurian? Either way, let's not overthink it. Amazon's still too good to ignore. You need to treat this pullback as a buying opportunity, although I expect a several-day decline, especially as some weaker holders worry about a pending House investigation into Amazon from monopolist who Praxis letter sent to Jeff Bezos today by the House. Next day is out. Well, it's a quandary. Company reported a fabulous quarter. Then they gave no guidance. Futures too uncertain. When they refused to give us a forecast, the stock got hit in after-hours trading, and then was decked earlier today and last night when President Trump's talking about restarting the trade war with China. Bad timing. China is the only fully functioning economy in the world right now. If we're going to have a trade war, please at least wait until America's up and running again. As for Apple, I think they were right to give no guidance. It's not necessarily a sign of impending weakness. It just represents an awareness.
Everybody should suspend guidance.
And it's impossible to predict how this pandemic will play out. But is Apple worried about the future? No way. Companies don't boost their dividends and increase their buybacks when they're worried. Apple did both. When I spoke to Tim Cook, he confirmed to me that the shelter-in-place economy has actually been good for Apple. Because while Microsoft owns the enterprise, Apple owns the home. So as more people work from home, more business gets done on Apple's machines. More IT professionals who prefer Dell or HP loaded with Microsoft, hey, maybe they give way to Apple for the enterprise. At least they cooperate. If it wasn't so near-term negative on the broader market, I'd tell you to buy Apple Monday morning. The stock was rebounding before the trade war worries caused the market to get crushed today. After that, the downward pull of the S&P was just too strong to resist. So if you don't own Apple already, I say let's wait for a bit, at least, until the market gets, less overbought. Still, my mantra on this one is exactly the same. Own it. Don't trade it. Don't sell it. Finally, there's AMD, and this is the easiest of the three. AMD had an amazing quarter with good demand in gaming, data centers, and laptops. I think the next quarter will be even better. The company was so confident that it guided for 25% growth. It didn't need to do that. It could have pulled its guidance. Given CEO Lisa Su's track record, I'm betting that's a conservative forecast. Nevertheless, when the analysts put pen to paper, they decided it was a guide down. And then they postulated that AMD must be losing share to renewed Intel. Here's my take. Those analysts wrong. AMD is doing extraordinarily well. It has fabulous chips in some of the strongest categories around. I'm betting things will only get better from here, which is why I think you can actually start buying AMD on Monday. The sell-off today was just too much. If it goes down even more, buy more. This is a terrific situation, and it's getting more terrific as it gets lower. Stick with Cramer.
Cramer likes American Micro, the chippers. A lot of people were hating on the chippers.
Taking pictures of me as a kid.
Put Mom in the frame this Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. All right, go. Very nice. That's perfect.
Introducing Tide Power Pods.
With Cat Net,
So-
I love how much I could stack into these machines. But that is such a large load. Don't the stains sneak through? Please. New Tide Power Pods can clean that whole situation. You just toss it in before it closes. It's like 2 regular Tide Pods and then some power and then even more power. With 50% more cleaning power, even your large load got clean. How many kids do you have? Girl, I lost track. There's a lot of kids. Then there's a husband. Then there's me. That's a lot of clothes.
Many U.S. tech companies are global leaders. In this constantly changing sector, it's hard to know which companies will gain, maintain, or lose industry leadership. So why choose? The Technology Sector Spider ETF offers the diversification of the entire technology sector of the S&P 500 while reducing single stock risk. The Technology Sector Spider, the next chapter in investing. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Go to sectorspiders.com for prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully.
Every financial plan needs a CFP professional. Confident financial plans, calming financial plans, complete financial plans. They're all possible with a CFP professional. Find yours at letsmakeaplan.org.
Right now on CNBC Select, the #1 mistake people make with cashback cards, not paying off their balance in full every month. If you do, rewards cards can actually save you money. Want more info on how to get the most bang for your cashback bucks? CNBC Select, the stories you need for the smartest way to handle your credit and find the card that's right for you. When in doubt, don't guess. Select. Head on over to cnbc.com/select and take control of your money.
I feel like we put it on a show where we have 3 outstanding CEOs and 3 amazing companies. 3 stocks that you can buy. Well, 2 are up today on a bad day. The Seattle Genetics, it is for real. I mean, that's 2 big drugs, 2 blockbusters maybe within a year's time. Clorox, well, do I really have to say anything about it? Try finding any of their products, right? And then, Estee Lauder, think about that. It's the Zoom. It's Zoom that matters. It was the selfie generation, now it's the Zoom generation. Like I said, there's always been market summer products. I find just for you right here. Oh man, Money. I'm Jim Cramer. See Monday. Market turmoil with Tyler Madison starts now.
All right, that will be it for now. I have to go to the bank. I will be back a little later. I'm going to watch Mad Money. Charles Payne, if you guys don't know, Charles Payne is the, in my opinion, Fox Business version of Jim Cramer. Just as far as knowledge and being able to help, even though Jim doesn't really talk too much about, day trading and stuff to day trade, Cramer will always talk about earnings. So if you saw the beginning of yesterday's episode, he gave you an earnings calendar. And obviously any stock off earnings is going to be a day trading opportunity because you're going to look for gap fills and things like that. So, you know, as the stock rebounds, you look for double bottoms, you look for your trend lines, and certainly I'll have my eye on Disney. That's Tuesday. There were a few for Monday. So Monday actually will be an earnings day too. A lot of times Mondays are not earnings days. So, all right, I'll be back a little later. Everybody enjoy Ben Singa chat if you're in it, and I got a couple errands to run.